We're going to start over here with the power cage. A couple things to keep in mind. Power cage, the nice thing with it is there's a whole bunch of holes so that you can, depending on how tall you are, you can set up the grip for where the bar is going to sit fairly easily. The nice thing with this for the power cage is you're going to want to make sure that it's one hole lower than where the top of your shoulder is. So I think the top of my shoulder is somewhere in between here, so one hole lower is this one right here. It's just a nice, slide the nut in, spin it on, just make sure it's hand tight, it's not going to go anywhere, it's locked in very well. Same with the other side, and then just quickly double check to make sure that they're both at the same height. Perfect. Now you're going to load your bar up onto it. So nice proper lifting technique again, keeping your back straight, placing the bar up, making sure that, yes, once again, you've checked to make sure it's nice and level. With the power cage, there's some safety precautions. You want to make sure that, especially if you don't have someone helping you out, generally will come with some rods. These rods are for your protection. So you want to make sure that you place the rods probably right about at your waist, because as I have the bar up, as I come down to my position, I want to know that if anything happens, like I fail right here and I end up falling, that if I fall, the bar is going to land on here and it won't come down on top of me, especially when I have a lot more weight on here. So usually a good marker is about waist, is where at the top of your shoulders you'll be when you're at the bottom of the position, and make sure that it's secure, pushed in right through on both sides of the cage. And then once again, checking the other side to make sure both of the bars are in the exact same position. So you can either count 1, 2, 3, 4, or just stand back and take a look, make sure that they're nice and level. So what this will do, as I step into the bar, is in an emergency that I can't go any farther, as I'm coming down for the squat, the bar is going to stop if I need to, and then I can get out safely. Okay? So now that I have the cage set up, I can actually put some weight on the bar. So I'm going to put some weight on the bar, making sure that I use some of the colors so that the weight doesn't come flying off. And once again, on the other side, we'll do the same thing. Throwing my collars on. Now for positioning, when I'm getting into the bar, once again, I like to have it just wider than shoulder width apart so that I have a nice strong balance. Also, you want to make sure that your feet are generally shoulder width apart. When you're getting into the machine, you're going to have 1 foot forward and 1 foot behind, and that once again just gives you a little bit of more stability. So when you lift the weight up initially and you get yourself in the right position, that you're not feeling like you're going to fall back or fall forward. The nice thing with these Olympic bars is they have lots of etching on them, so you have a good idea where the exact same position is on both sides of the bar. So here I am, I'm going to grab the bar, coming into the machine here. I'm going to place the weight, not on the back of my neck, but more on the back of my traps right here. So I'm going to have 1 foot forward, like I said, knees are bent, right on the back of my shoulders, so not my neck. Now I'm lifting straight up, have balance, taking a step back, making sure that my feet are shoulder width apart with a slight bend in them. Now I'm looking forward and ahead, making sure that my back is nice and straight and that I can handle the weight before I go into a dip. Now, as you're coming down, you want to make sure that you exaggerate by really sticking your bum out far, keeping your back in a nice neutral position all the way down. So shoulder width apart, and it's like you're sitting down in a chair, coming down right to about 90 degrees, pushing back up, coming back down again, hammering back up. So it's down with power. I'm pushing through my heels I'm not pushing onto my toes or I'm going to end up going forward. So it's down, pushing up, coming back down like I'm sitting in a chair, pushing up, keeping my back nice and straight, all the way down. And now, for safety, what you do is you walk right into the machine so that you're pushing into the machine and you're slowly bringing the weight down, making sure that it catches on both sides. And now you step out so that you don't miss the hooks that you have on the side here. Once again, making sure that these are here set up as precaution so that if you're lifting the weight and you become too fatigued and you can't push up anymore and you're by yourself, if I come down far enough, the weight will get caught and I have a safety net for me so that I can get out. And that's how you do the squat in the power rack machine.